Is this a good thumbnail? Now, I have spent a lot of my childhood, adulthood, teenage years throughout Ellicott City, this little main strip of shops and homes. And I've done so many things in this one little block, this one strip. It's kind of crazy. My friends and I used to climb on this rock all the time. As you do when you're a punk kid and you're looking for trouble. We would just chill up there and brainstorm about stupid short films that we'd want to make. Oh, goodness. How are you? You smell? Oh, good boy. You like the sun. Yes. How are you? How are you? Yes. Yes. Are you so good? You're so good. Yes, you are. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Sorry. And it's all the dog and say hello. Yeah, you're a sweetheart. You're good. You're a good boy. Now I've made short films here. I've done camera tests here. I even filmed a feature-length documentary in various sections around this whole street. And it was a found footage horror film. You can catch it on Amazon. It's called Butterfly Kisses. It's about a spooky specter, a ghoul, that lives in your eyeballs. And every time you blink, it gets closer until it gets you. All up and down the street, we had a bunch of actors that we interviewed, posing as various people who heard about this urban legend, this fake urban legend. But lots of history between me and this old town. So here is a couple streams that converge and they hit the back of these buildings here, and when the water gets really high, it just hits everything. So back in the day, they used to have these measurements of how high the water got historically over the years, going back to like the 1800s. That sign, unfortunately, is no longer here. It got taken away during one of the last floods. Now, as you can see, water, streams and rivers run right underneath these buildings. And you can see why historically this place has always had issues with flooding and water damage. It's just, the whole town was built on top of water. You can just imagine how ferocious this water gets when there's been a lot of rain. And there's, essentially a hill up at the top of this street, and the water just rushes right down and then builds up and just hits the side of a building like this. And that's why people are lost businesses, they've lost their income, they've lost their livelihood. This was my wife's old gym, and this Kaplan's department store sign is a little bit of a landmark. I don't think they can tear it down. But unfortunately, this building got really ruined by the multiple floods. And in fact, I believe 2 or 3 of the streams that run along the back of these buildings converge in this one area. And it completely gutted this entire building multiple times.
I mean, we're used to this type of thing just for the fact that, you know, where we live, but it happened so quick that there was nothing we could do. I mean, it was literally 1 minute we were out back watching for our cars, and then we came out to get them, and they were floating. My mom was in this car while it was up there, and she got inside of it to move it. As soon as she got in, put it in reverse, the car picked up and started floating. Everything in Ellicott City, you know, I've lived here my whole life, and to see historic Ellicott City go from what it was to what it is now, it's such an ugly sight. And I don't mean that because of what it looks like now, but I mean because of what happened. Ellicott City is a beautiful spot. I mean, this whole town is a nice little town. And to see everything that happened that quick in a matter of minutes, it's horrible.
And I've even come here when this place is flooded and been completely destroyed. I'm talking a mere couple minutes later from a massive flood. I walked up and down this street with another YouTuber named Dan Bell, and we just filmed the wreckage. And it was really sad and really depressing. I even got footage of my wife's old gym, or what was left of it. They're rescued. I'm thinking about going too. Jesus Christ. This is a reach-in. It was in one of the restaurants. Hopefully there's nobody in there. I'm sure they checked, right? This is... We're gonna get so fucking yelled at. This is... The feller's going. We gotta keep going. Oh. You can't even get in. Literally, there's no way to get in. Absolutely tragic in every way possible. Couldn't get any worse than this. Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. Jesus. That's... This is tragic. Oh.
So this was the first major loss that we had, was this intersection. So what happened was there was a 9-foot pipe about 40 feet under the ground there, and the water was coming from upstream, and the pipe was a metal pipe and the bottom folded up. So none of the water could really get through. It probably caught some debris after that, so it went over top of the road and then started to erode the downstream toe. However, a good thunderstorm can really raise the grades, raise the water elevation. And when this water gets up to that elevation, it's just going into Main Street, and it's just going straight down Main Street.
So like you see, like on average going down the hill here, the water was going about 11 feet per second. So that's pretty quick, it's moving quick.
So about 2 years ago, we fixed that section. We had a big sinkhole that formed over there behind the wall, and we fixed this section. But now this storm undermined this portion, so now we're going to go in and do that. So this is something that I mentioned earlier. Well, if we put the windows, let's see if this is a really bad example. But the windows go so low.
That every drop of water has got to come through that arch, right? That's the challenge. Every drop in the entire watershed's got to come through that hole. So you can see why the water out of the water.
Rail water. And you could also see that how close we need to be to the railroad track. But if we were to be able to put 2 pipes,
But there's a lot of history in this little town, this little street, that I've been fortunate enough to be a part of over the years. And hopefully will continue to be. It's kind of crazy to think about how much I filmed around Old Ellicott City, Main Street. I mean, everything. Like, I've been coming here since high school, I want to say. It's a bit bewildering to think about all the things that I've shot here and just the evolution that I've seen over the years. Oh, it's a Rivian. A Rivian. That's an old firehouse right there. I'm pretty sure I've talked about that before in a vlog. I can't even remember the things that I've talked about in this vlog in Ellicott City, because I come here so often and I feel like I repeat myself a lot. So if you guys hear me repeating things that you heard in other vlogs, just be like, Kenny, you already said this. You already said it. You already said that that's an old firehouse you've only been into a couple times. You guys got to tell me, because I don't know what I'm doing.